Today we're going to make a caramel chocolate cupcake. It is a soft, tender caramel cupcake that has caramel sauce in the batter, and it's topped with a rich chocolate American buttercream for the perfect combination of caramel and chocolate. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and click the bell icon to be notified every time I post a new and delicious recipe. Let's get into it. So, let's start with our butter. And we're going to go ahead and get that into the bowl of our stand mixer. It should be softened, like soft but pliable. If it's not, of course, you can get it in there and mix it and hit it with a blowtorch. I think my butter might be okay for once. So while that goes, we are going to go ahead and whisk together our dry ingredients. Now I've got cake flour, kosher salt, baking powder, baking soda. Give those a little whisk. Now sadly, because this is cake flour, we are making cake, albeit in cupcake form, we do need to sift it here. Go ahead and grab yourself piece of parchment and your favorite sifter or your only sifter, and be sure that you wear black pants when you do this. Very important. Go ahead and put this back in my bowl, and then I'm going to save this parchment for another use. See what she's doing in here. Yes, it is nice and soft and pliable, and we are ready to add our sugar. So go ahead and get your sugar, pop that in there. Okay. Now you do want to cream this nicely, so you want it to come together in a paste and then kind of separate out into its own granules. Now while this is creaming, we can line our pans. All that means is we're going to take some cupcake liners, pop them in your pan. I mean, it's not the toughest stuff. Good. So, check in on our sugar butter mixing. Scrape your bowl. All right, let's start adding our eggs. Go ahead and add your vanilla with that last egg, a decent amount of it, and then I'll also, add it slowly. All right, so it's nice and smooth and incorporated and fluffy, and we're going to start alternately adding our dry mixture and our milk. I like to do this kind of simultaneously so as not to overmix our batter. I'm just going to finish this by hand. Alright, so I am making a larger batch. This would actually make 24 cupcakes, but I am going to use some for a different purpose. So I'm going to go ahead and separate that out. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to pop this back in. It's just easier to add the caramel sauce when the mixer is running. So, alright, now we're going to add our caramel. Now this is my caramel sauce up there. You can make your own, wet or dry method, but you can also buy it. Just make sure it's thick. So I'm going to go ahead and add it because I don't want to overmix my cake whilst adding my caramel sauce. Mix that in. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish mixing it by hand just because this batter has been through a lot with its additions and such. Okay. Taste. Yum. Tastes like caramel cake. Imagine that. Go ahead and get yourself a disher, cookie scoop situation, and you're going to fill these up about 3/4 of the way. You don't want to overfill them because they will just, you know, overflow as cake does. So sometimes more is not more. Still good. Just checking. Gotta make sure. You never know. Now, I'm gonna pop these in my preheated oven, 325 convection. If you don't have convection, I would turn it up to 350. So, let's go ahead and get these in. They're probably gonna bake 10 to 12, but we shall see. Ooh, she looks a little chubby, that one. Fingers crossed. All right, our cupcakes are completely cool, and I've taken them out of the molds. They baked about 10 minutes. They're very soft, so you want to make sure that you do test them because they might, you know, they look like they're not done, but they're actually done. They're just a really, really soft, tender cake. So we're going to go ahead and get our buttercream into a piping bag. This is my best chocolate American buttercream that's up there. You could also do an Italian meringue, that would be lovely. Really any buttercream of choice, or the caramel Swiss meringue buttercream. Yeah, solid choice there. Stuff in some caramel sauce like I do in those other cupcakes. You're on your way. All right, get yourself a tall glass of sorts. Get yourself some nice American buttercream here. Buttercream in. All right, now we've got our buttercream ready, we've got our cupcakes ready, and we are ready to frost. I'll pretend like she doesn't exist. It's time to dry. I know, that's the best part about, like, cupcakes. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick this one because she looks fab and she's closest to me. It's like a fortune cookie. All right. Yep, here we go. Mmm. Mmm. So good. The cake is soft and tender and moist, and even with the chocolate frosting, you can taste the caramel of the cake. It's just so, do you see how tender and lovely it is in there? It's like the perfect amount of denseness, as in it's not too dense. Oh my goodness gracious, this is caramel chocolate heaven. Mm.